First time in like 10 years in my base shop. And it's not one big sale, we just start working our way up. I'm trying to sneak up on some people. And then I look on the bulletin and Sonny and Ken are at 234 on the bulletin right now. Rocky, what are you doing to your people? 234,000 in the base. On the computer, Sonny and Ken out of Chicago. Are they here? Probably not here. Their team is here. Who's on Sonny and Ken's team? They don't even know. I like it. Beating everybody, and you don't even know what team you're at. And then Payne and Eileen. 167,000 base shop points right now. I'm not good at math, but that's like 60% more than me. And my best month in 10 years. I mean, recruiting, you know, if you're not doing over 35 a month, which is like month 3 or 4 of the CEO Club, Plan to Focus deal, you're being left in the dust. You're not even hitting the top 25 in the company anymore at 35. It's not very, little prediction. Can I make a prediction? By the end of this fall, when we roll up at the end of the Hawaii contest in November, you're going to need to be hitting triple-digit base shop recruits to be at the top of the bulletin. You're going to need to be hitting over 100 a month in your base. And the production 250 is going to be a good, solid base shop, not number 1. And it's headed there, you guys. I predict at some point in the next few years, someone's going to come in and do a 1,000,000-point base shop per month. And it's just over then. Not over. I mean, you can still be rich and successful here, but you're not going to be number 1. You're not going to be number 2 or 10 or 20. As far as your chance, like there's a short window. It's now. And that's why I've got such a sense of urgency. After 18 years of doing this, finally everything's aligned. Finally the whole company has its act together. Everything's never going to be perfect, but the broker-dealer is strong. The products we have are literally the best in the industry. Our compensation. There wasn't that long ago, George, that we were getting paid on a 100% scale on an insurance product, not 125 or 126. And they're still squeezing more out. They're talking about that number going up. So we're getting paid better than we've ever been paid before. Our products are better than they've ever been. Our portfolio, now we always had this kind of weak fixed product portfolio. Now we have Crump and others. It's the best in the industry. So now we got the best fixed products in the industry, the best compensation plan. We're tied with the best broker-dealer. I know you guys don't have the Elmo out here, but how many of you get investment news? Your securities license, this automatically comes to our office. And last month, this isn't like something I dug out like a historic museum relic. This was last month, investment news. Big thing in here. Top independent broker-dealers ranked in the entire country. How many of you have not seen this? Okay, half of you. Man, and you're still doing good without even knowing this. You open it up and they got all the big broker-dealers. You've heard of them. LPL Financial. Have you heard of that? Yes. Allstate Financial Services. Have you heard of Allstate? How about Ameriprise? Have you heard of Ameriprise? Yes. They're in there. AXA Advisors. Have you heard of them? Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see a few others you might have heard of here. How about ING? Have you heard of ING? Mm-hmm. Down here? Let me keep going. This is all by alphabetical. LaSalle Street Securities, Lincoln Investments, MetLife, LPL I mentioned earlier, New England Company, Northwest Mutual. Have you heard of them? Yeah. They're in here. Raymond James. Have you heard of Raymond James? Securities America. Wells Fargo. Have you heard of Waddell and Reed? All in here. And then they got this little thing, ranked by revenue growth out of all these companies. Man, when I started in this business, I was a little afraid of those companies. We didn't have a name. We didn't have a big reputation. People ask, who are you? What company is that? You say chicken nuggets? It's one of the funniest things that's happened to me in a while. Anyway, number one, if you said, I wish I had Elmo. I wish I had Elmo, but Transamerica Financial Advisors, #1. Ranked by revenue growth. This is the money part. Revenue growth, 2011 over 2012, up 49.7%. Raymond James, up 4%. Northwest Mutual, 8. We're 49.7. So now you're like, look, you've heard of us, we're the biggest, best, you know, you've probably seen this before. This sits on my desk. Everyone who comes in, you've heard it, you know, look at this. Now sign here, and there. That doesn't even get into the number of reps, which we're really good at. We're just getting better at asset gathering. We're getting better at getting bigger accounts. We're getting better at taking over 401ks. That's kind of new to us, really. Not everybody, but really as a company, that hasn't been our sweet spot. Our sweet spot is what? Recruiting and building, right? That's what we're industry known for. And if you go a couple pages back, they say Reps Rising, the top 5 independent broker-dealers ranked by growth in producing reps. #1, Transamerica Financial Advisors, up 242%. So where we're not good, we're #1, and where we're good, we're really #1. I love that. And it's all happening right now in a time when the economy's still tough. People are still struggling. People are still looking for jobs. The jobless report controls the market, makes it go up and down all the time. People are still antsy. They're still hungry. They're still looking for more. We know entrepreneurialism is where the future is for America. It's going to be what pulls America out if America gets pulled out. One of two things is going to happen. We're going to pull ourselves out, or China's going to buy us, and that's it. And we will become a subsidiary of the country of China. China and their small holding company called USA. I hate to say it, but that's coming. It's coming if we don't get our act together. And you know what you know where we became the most powerful country in the world? When we unleashed the entrepreneurial spirit in people. Everyone who came to this was just like a test. This thing called the United States. It was just an experiment. And all the crazies from all the other countries said, I'm going to go there. People were even kicked out of their country and sent as punishment to America. You're going to America. So all these rebellious type people, crazy thinkers, ambitious, people who did not want to follow the normal rules, came here and built, within a couple hundred years, the most powerful country ever in the history of the world. And then what happened? Well, then they wanted to go get jobs. Then they had a sense of entitlement. Then they just wanted to take it easy and get a little lazy, not work real hard. And then how quickly did we fall? I mean, it's been fast. So the thing that can pull us out is reigniting the entrepreneurial spirit and giving people a chance to own their own business. People, how many of you feel like you work hard here? I mean, it is Saturday. Some of you jumped on a bus. Some of you jumped in a car. But we're here on a Saturday afternoon, sacrificing ourselves, staying up late, coaching, doing some crazy thing called elite circle, competing, trying to stay in and not get struck out. It's not even a sport, but it kind of is in business. And you're subjecting yourself to this because it's your business. If this was you as a job working for a Merrill Lynch or even a New York Life, you wouldn't be here right now. You'd be like, nope, 9 to 5, baby, that's it. Right? You wouldn't be selling out. I got to climb the leader bulletins. I'm going to wear a team name on my shirt and cheer and whoosh and all that other stuff. We are passionate because we own it. Because this is our business. And you know, you can't let this go. I know I'm talking to the class 5 of the elite circle, and I shouldn't even have to say this. But if you ever consider quitting this thing, you've just made the biggest mistake probably of your life. Not just because of this business, but I think you've made one of the most terrible mistakes, not because you quit this business, but because quitting is a habit. Sticking it out and finishing what you start is a habit, and so is quitting. And if you quit this, you didn't quit a business, you quit on yourself. This is your business. How do you quit? You're fired. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Just argue with yourself. They have medicine for that. You would need some. But if you quit, who are you really quitting on? Ever. Yourself and your desire for entrepreneurialism and owning your own business and owning your own future. And why do people quit? Because they're afraid. Everyone joined this company because they believe they might have a chance of a better life. And the reason people usually quit is because they cease to believe that it's going to work for them here, and they run back to holding on to something secure. And there's nothing less real than security. Security comes from not needing anyone else to pay your bills, not needing someone else to write your check. It's called core competency. When you're good at something, that's really where security comes from. Not from a job or anywhere where someone else writes your check. Can you pull up that thing on the monkey? You've probably seen this before. Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book called Unfair Advantage. You guys all heard of Robert Kiyosaki?
Yes.
He wrote this book, How Do You Catch a Monkey? It's in one of his chapters. It literally is right at the beginning. And it says, natives of Africa and Asia have used this technique to catch monkeys for thousands of years. The hunter finds a tree with a small hole in the tree and places fruits or nuts inside the hole. A monkey comes along, puts their fist in the hole, grabs onto the fruit or nuts. The monkey's fist, now clenched and filled with fruits or nuts, can't be withdrawn from the hole, trapping the monkey. And rather than let go of the fruit or nuts, the monkey twists and pulls and tugs, but refuses to let go. The natives return at their leisure and kill or capture the monkey. Humans are similar to monkeys. Rather than cling to fruits or nuts, humans cling to job security, their possessions, and money. And due to a lack of financial education, like the trapped monkey, most people will spend their lives as wage slaves of their employers and tax slaves of the government. Is that powerful or what? When the global financial crisis began in 2007, many people clung even more tightly to their jobs in the hope of not being one of those who were laid off. Millions had held on tightly to their homes even though they couldn't pay the mortgage, and most cut back on their spending and saved more even though the federal government was printing trillions of dollars, destroying the purchasing power of their savings. Workers stuffed even more money in their retirement plans even though the stock market had crashed, wiping out their prior gains. And school enrollments boomed as more people headed back to school, even though unemployment was soaring. Isn't that interesting? When you read something like that, it's almost like that little cow story I had a long time ago. It just tells you, if you're out there, can you bring the lights back up? It just tells all of us that holding on to what you got right now isn't probably a good strategy. It probably is not the best strategy. If you aren't willing to, I like the old car movie, Gone in 60 Seconds. Nicolas Cage is kind of a horrible actor, but the movie was pretty good. And he said, I don't have anything in my life that I can't walk away from in 60 seconds or less. Because he was a car thief, so obviously he needs to be able to cut and go. But in your life, how much of your stuff are you just holding on to? How much is that little puny job that's just getting you by, not giving you a big future, are people holding on to? And this is our battle. This is our discussion with most people. I know we bring them in and go, look, Transamerica's a great company. Look at all the money you can make, this and that. But the real discussion is convincing them that holding on to their little mediocre safety that they've got, this little safety net called a job, which could be gone tomorrow, their house, which could be gone soon after,